Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a 5-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started. There is a 4 in column 1 and a 4 in column 2 which blocks these two columns. So D3 takes 4. There is a 7 in column 8 and a 7 in column 9 which blocks these two columns. So 7 goes here in F7. You have 4 and 6 in column 8 which blocks these three cells. So 4 6 pair goes in these two cells. So E9 and F9 take 4 6 pair. Now there is a tip here. You have this 3 9 and 8 in the sixth block. So these three cells cannot take 3 8 9. That means in column 8, you cannot have 3 8 9 in these three cells, and you have three cells left. That means 3 8 9 can easily go in these cells. Now for this puzzle, this is not a very significant step, but still I just wanted to explain this tip for you. I had a good opportunity to explain this tip for you. Now in column 9, there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 3 and 5. You can see 3 and 5 here. So C9 takes 1 and rest of the two cells take 3 5 pair. Now you have 2 and 4 in this block which blocks these three cells. So in C row you can see only 2 empty cells and 2 and 4 goes in these two cells. So let's mark it with 2 4 pair. Now you can also see the 6 9 blocking these two this entire row of this block, and you have a 6 9 pair here also. That means 6 9 cannot go here, so 6 9 will go only in these two cells, and luckily we have a 6 here. So A4 takes 9 and A5 takes 6, and you have 1 in B row and a 1 in C row which blocks these two rows. So A3 takes 1. Now in C row there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 6, 8 and 9. There is a 8 here, so let's mark C1 with 6, 9. That means 6, 8, 9 triplet actually goes in these three cells. Now there is a 9 here, so 6, 8 goes here, and this cell that is C2 can take 6 or 8 or 9. Now in block 1 there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3 and 5. So let's mark it with 3 5 pair. In B row there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 8 and 7. You have 2 and 8 here in column 4, so B4 takes 7 and rest of the two cells will take 2 8 pair, that is B6 and B7 will take 2 8 pair. Now if you see here there is 8 and 9 in this block, that means 8 and 9 cannot go in any of these cells. So 8 and 9 will be in these two cells, that is G5 and I5. So let's mark it with 8 9 pair. In column 6 there are 5 missing numbers and the missing numbers are 1 2 4 7 and 8. If you take H row you have 1 and 2 here, there is a 7 here, and there is 8 in this block. That means this cell will take, that is H6 will take 4. Now this 4 blocks these two cells, so C5 will take 4, so let's cancel out 2. C5 is now 4. That means C7 is 2 and B7 is 8 and B6 is 2. Now in column 6 there are only 3 missing numbers. You have 8 missing. 8 cannot go in this cell nor in this cell because of this 8 here. That means 8 will be here. A6 takes 8. You can see 1 and 4 blocking these 3 cells, leaving 2 cells empty. So 1 and 4 will go in D6 and F4. Since there is a 4 here, D6 takes 1 and F4 takes 4. Now in column 6 there is only one missing number, that is 7. So because of this 8, A8 becomes 3 now and A9 is 5. So now the only missing number in this block is 4. In column 4 there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 3. There is a 1 here. So H4 takes 3 and I4 takes 1. In column 5, there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 3 and 7. There is 2 and 7 here in F row. So F5 takes 3 and rest of these 2 cells take 2, 7 pair. This 4 in F row cancels out the 4 here. So F9 is 6 now and E9 is 4. And in column 9, there is a 5 here. So G9 is 3 and this 3 cancels out the 3 in these 2 cells. Also in column 7 there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 5 and 6. There is 1 and 5 in H row, so H7 takes 6. Now the missing numbers are 1 and 5. There is 1 here, so I7 takes 5 and G7 takes 1. In H row, you can see there are only 2 missing numbers, 8 and 9. There is a 9 here in column 3. So H3 takes 8 and H8 becomes 9. And G8 is now 8. G5 is 9 and I5 is 8. So this 8 cancels out the 8 here. So C3 is 6, C1 is 9 and C2 is 8. Also in F row there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 5. There is a 1 here. So F2 takes 5 and F8 takes 1. This 5 here in F row cancels out the 5 here. So B2 is now 3 and B3 is 5. In third column, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3 and 7. There is a 7 here in I row. So I3 takes 3 and G3 takes 7. Also in column 8, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 5. There is a 5 here. So E8 takes 2 and D8 takes 5. So this 2 here in column 8 cancels out the 2 here. So E5 is now 7 and D5 is 2. Let's try to fill this 7th block. There is a 9 here which blocks these 2 cells. So 9 goes here in I2. Now the missing number in this block are 5 and 6. There is a 5 here. So I1 takes 6 and G1 takes 5. So in column 1 there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 3. You have a 1 here. So D1 takes 3 and E1 takes 1. 6 goes here in E2 and 7 goes here in D2. And the puzzle is solved.